Well, they started with their defaults holding the map control. Now they look to take some of their own. It's the A site that their eyes are focused on. Wall up. We've got some info coming courtesy of soulcas, the Prowler, excuse me, finding out one as they seek control of this A site. Prowler in towards the tree, fully cleared, nade back site. That's a ton of control. And I think Liquid wise to be playing offside on this one. They had to run for the retake. They'll have plenty of bodies coming. As well, you've lost all your control for Fanatic of your backlines with your Killjoy. The turret's being removed. So there is a gap here for Jamppi. Just depends if Boaster's still going to be watching it when he gets around that corner.
It did take Fnatic quite a lot of time to sort of pick their spot of where they're going to be planting. So a lot of these players from Liquid have been given the opportunity to rotate. Chronicle up close, ready and waiting, paranoid up, and actually, he's going to be cleared. Good start from Redgar, but the trades are immediate. An instant double drop from the side of Liquid, and now getting onto this plant is going to be so difficult. Yeah, I guess it's also a map that it's been very good for Liquid, and it's one that we've also seen Fnatic lose. So I think it was definitely one of the best choices they could have had. For now, though, it's just going to be that early start once again. Some minor investments coming through on the defensive side. In fact, actually, you know, a few sheriffs, some well, ghosts alongside them. So they put a bit of cash into this. They're going to hope to at least do an extra little bit of damage, maybe deny some orb control as well, because that's something that's going to be so deadly for them going forward, especially considering that Derke is the one that's sort of high up on the orb count at the moment. You don't want them getting a showstopper.
This bite definitely has some teeth to it. And there's the first bite for soulcas. Already dropping one. Alfajer down. They're still moving towards this A site, though. They're going to take the control back and look to fight them. I don't know if they're aware of quite how many players are waiting here for this play. Nat snuck up close, but he's caught off guard by Chronicle's spot. Now following up should be difficult. Two solid kills. Damage done, 31 and 50 HP. I would say Liquid now have the advantage. The only thing that goes well for Fnatic is they still have the spike.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, time ticking though as well. And this could be a major problem. Look at the rotation that's already come through from Jamppi. He's waiting well within that C site, expecting a full rotation to come through, especially with the weaponry on offer. You don't really expect Fnatic to walk into the B site, but I guess that's the bluff that's being called as they will head in.
Damage done is already fantastic for this defensive side, but a serious chance to close this out. I mean, even just look at Sayf. All he needs to do is hit that body shot on either of these players, and they are down. Now the positioning, very important. We're seeing Fnatic. Obviously there is a turret, but there's nobody to man that turret to keep it active, so they're flanked wide open. And Derke's already down. Boaster left in a tough position. There's players in front of him, but he doesn't know about the late flank coming through. 50 HP, has to check that it's not being diffused once it's tapped, and that's when Sayf will strike. Yeah, I mean, they're not keen to take it down into their spawn. And I mean, with the Viper wall in play over towards this A site from the defenders, they have a good chance to keep these players sectioned out. So I guess it makes sense that they don't want to get too aggressive there in the first couple of rounds. I do expect to see Redgar crossing over with some shrouded steps, though, later on in this game and causing an annoyance for them. Maybe it's even conditioning early round, early half, that you want them to think and burn up a lot of utility because they think there's a player there. And eventually, you do put someone there when they stop thinking about it. Already, you can see that they've cleared the wall close, and they're starting to gain the space. Preference is most definitely towards this site. The wall up allowed an isolated duel, but it hasn't been won. Now the A site is under serious threat. The showstopper fired up top, and it'll get soulcas.
Yeah, huge first pick as well. It makes that retake a little bit less deadly. Post-plant seeming inevitable, but they're trying to hold on to a lot of space on this Liquid side, and this flank coming through once again. Jamppi finding a big kill initially, starting to pincer in on the remainder, but Boaster shuts him out. That second layer to the lurk. And now this retake looking pretty rough. Redgar trying a few TikTok plays here and there, and it has garnered a little bit of extra space through. A second even coming up here.
This is winnable now. They've actually got the cover. Look, you can try to spam him off it, but if you walk through that smoke, Redgar's going to be there. Never mind. Being taken out of this one. They know that's not being diffused. Final players spraying away. Good kill for Sayf. Nade as well. This is so winnable. He taps it. Boaster's got to swing and check if he's still diffusing, but he'll win the duel. Playing with the team, grabbing the information. They expected to see push out of this round. And with the amount of A hits that have come through, I don't think that they're wrong for making that assumption. But late on, it's going to be just Nats here. Jump spotting, and he's seen one. Time to fall back. And this is where, again, I expect him to play in the spawn and look for the spams when they make it through, but he's on the rotate to B. This is going to have to be a retake.
I think he's just going round.
No.
Taking his time. trying to destroy some of the utility. They've failed to do so, at least initially, but they will manage to bypass it. Now he can still, that's the thing, he can still play that denial from a little bit further forward, and instead Jamppi's using his utility to just push up behind them. Hasn't been spotted at all. Waits to make sure that he can get a couple, and even the aggression forward has failed. Jamppi has just taken over this round completely, and while Chronicle is far too far away.
10 seconds left.
That is just amazing. And Redgar should clean this one up. What an unusual position for him to be in. So
okay.
Things are looking good, but at the same time, on the other side, you've got a nightmare that could be coming to take you in the form of the Nightfall. And a showstopper for Sayf. Certainly no.
They got 4 ults now.
No Cosmic Divide. Not anymore. Nice shot, Derke. A brave challenge onto Redgar. And it's worked out here. Traded it back.
One thing at least has stuck over from the old Liquid roster, and that's an Omen operator. Did find in the open. The thing that's worrying here is the fact that soulcas is alone. Now, he can delay with that Nightfall. He could even just counter if he wanted to, or just fall back out of the side. They have been very comfortable just looking for the retakes. The problem is, you're talking about a Viper's Pit and a lockdown available for Fnatic. They have unbelievable amounts of delay potential, and sure, a Nightfall of their own could be fairly impactful here. They may not even need it. Derke, up close, has a showstopper as well. He could end this round on his own.
Oh, this is just for control. You're not even seeing that Viper's Pit touch the spike. Literally just locking out their opponents. And look, Derke, he should have a chance here. Halfway already done on that. He's got to fire eventually. That's too shallow. Not even damage, but it's bought the time, and that's what it's all about. Crowd control, and they've been kept back. Now the 3 players looking to steam back through, but the time already waning. They need some kills right here and now, and the kills are going Fnatic's way. You might think about saving, but that's not an option anymore. Sayf's down below, he's on the site, and the Viper's Pit is dropped to give them vision. soulcas now on the wall, and he's got one, but where's the fadeaway? How does he cross back? He'll be spotted on the way, and he'll take a second. He's done more than enough.
Yeah, that's the thing. You talk about the fadeaway, but 2 kills, 1 death. He's allowed for rotations to come in from his teammates. He's done an impeccable job of just holding down this side of the map. They've also got the broken door locked down as well. There's not really many places for Fnatic to go without having to eliminate someone along their path. The A site is somewhat open for business, but you can see that Redgar's already set up with the operator. A misstep here could be another man advantage.
Well, that plan's coming through either way, and Team Liquid sit ready, as you said, to convert over those advantages with Fnatic. Not really having a safe place to play from, maybe tree, but they need something else, a corner of their own, and they'll get it. Nats is down. Oh no, Jamppi! He's gone running in with a shorty. You can't expect that kind of play. A kill from Redgar leaves just 1 man, and he's so far away. He can never stop this defuse, and with a bullet in his head, that's assured.
Those then come in on the other side, so it is much better start again. We see this aggressive push from Redgar. He has had a lot of success with this operator. Taking down Derke, he has easily been the best player so far in this half. And for now, at least, Fnatic are going to have to try and work with that. And they do have a Viper's Pit, as does Nats, but maybe not the weapon you want in a Viper's Pit. I don't even think you can argue that one.
I can actually. Rate of fire is pretty high. You just spray a line across it if they're already in there. Yeah, tracers are not great. That's maybe put a silencer on it first. Already trades in for Jamppi. B-side under threat. There's the Viper's Pit. Waiting for that to come through. The plant should be safe. Now here's the thing. Fighting through a pit with this, not actually that bad. He's going to use his own. A counter pit in play. Sayf actually needs to stay alive here, section these players off. It's his position that they're most likely to be in. It's where the Viper's Pit doesn't intersect, but the spike is covered. They're able to get on it. Snake bites fired through, a little shallow actually, almost blocking them in. They don't want to run through and get vulnerable. Leo there, good to get the kill. You know, he's just being sat up close, tanking those shots through, and he'll survive even still. Again, a sliver of health. He just needs the one, and there it is from Nats. Oh, and he's got another! The Odin dropping the pit and getting the round for this squad. Nats can get it. The time is close. I think he has it just about.
No, he hasn't.
Looking to move their way towards this A site. A deep orb thrown through. This will block off all vision for Derke. Prowler actually, I don't think, caught them there. The wall was blocking vision anyway, so they know that these players are coming either way. That information found, and Derke straight through the orb. It's not a wall. He can walk right through it and take the kills, 2 already. And he's faded back. Nade online, ready to go. And these players still need to pick that spike up and get it back on the ground and activate it. Swarm Grenade might buy them time. There's a gap. There's a little gap.
Yeah, we've seen statistically Fnatic have been fantastic in pistols, and I do think that having Derke has definitely helped out with that. See if there's going to be the ability to find any sort of response. Jamppi's stuck in the mud at the back of the site. And, well, they're running out of time now to sort of find anything. Get that plant through. Derke feeling confident and just clears them out.
And as we said in the previous time we saw a very similar buy, there are some teeth to this purchase. Not something Fnatic can disrespect.
Yeah, I do think if they manage to take the second round off Fnatic twice, I'd be very impressed. Like, I think maybe another match is okay. Again, it's just the ghosts. Is that something we've been underrating? Because we always talk about the shorty, but a chance for almost getting both kills. Yeah, he collats him. Unfortunately, the Marshall not quite as strong as the operator, and well, maybe gets a little bit greedy himself. He's now fallen.
Still, you'll take it. As long as they don't lose anybody else in this round, they can still be relatively happy.
I think they've already lost a Bulldog.
They have, but they could recover that. It should be brought to them later on. Never mind. Nice shot. Leo down, and so is Chronicle. Not again. It's all left on in the IGL. Boaster leading by example in this. And a stinger in hand. He might have an upgrade somewhere that he can grab. They picked up a Bulldog on Nats. Yeah. There's bodies everywhere, though.
Left.
On his way back through.
Planted.
Going through the wall, tanking the decay. The one advantage here, they don't know where he is, but the second that information falls into Liquid's hands, they should have this locked down. They've got the numbers for it. Nats and soulcas tagged up. It makes it a little easier on that swing in towards the tree, but then you've got to deal with Sayf later and the time ticking away as well. The win conditions stacking up for Boaster. He'll tap it at first to bait them out into the open. There they are!
But in the meantime, Liquid are currently leading their way straight towards the seaside. Now, this might just be for some early orb control. Potentially going to look to get the Viper's Pit, maybe the lockdown of their own. But instead, they're actually just playing contact. Looking to walk through. They know there's been an Odin here. And instead, they're just going to put the pressure. Boaster just has to retreat.
Yeah, he's not too upset about that, but losing Chronicle, that's going to put a bit of a dampener on this situation. He is seized up, spraying back and getting Redgar. A good kill for Boaster, but he won't be able to deny that plant. The nade has sectioned him off completely. That means Team Liquid get to set up outside of the site. The key thing being Jamppi still has that lockdown. It's not easy to use here. Not easy to use.
He can use it as a counter, though. That's the thing.
Exactly.
If Alpha now tries to use his, throw it in, they can do the same on the other side by exactly the same amount of time.
Good spot.
And Fnatic almost have to just push in here. They have to start moving forward. Now, they've cleared Sayf. That was the sort of danger man within the site, and now they're just trying to destroy that lockdown. I don't know if it's going to work out, so they have to retreat all the way back, buying a lot of time, but also removing a lot of the danger of that Cosmic Divide, which will now look to fade as they get slowly picked apart.
Upsetting my pick'ems, that's for damn sure.
Oh, mine are messed up.
Yeah, they're already. It's in the bin. You might as well get someone else through to the final for it. But it's a good sign, seeing the rest of EMEA catch up on Fnatic. As well, there was a time where that wasn't possible, when this man, Alfajer, would just tear your team apart. But he only gets one this time. And up close, Boaster, oh, he doesn't, I mean, why would you expect it? Look at that position from Redgar.
No.
Okay, there won't be a punish on the back of it. Could have been an awkward duel. Instead, they're just going to group up and push Boaster on the side.
Again, just farming those orbs early in the round. Something Fnatic themselves have done quite regularly. And once again, building into the seaside. The execution on this side of the map has been sublime. Constantly forcing Fnatic to play a sort of retake setup, not really being able to hold any level of control because of all the utility that's been going through. Really nice shot from Boaster. The spam through the wall does a fair bit of damage, and they're actually going to hightail it. Jamppi has taken so much control.
30 seconds left.
They're aware they gave it up, but a split-second mistake from Chronicle. He's too late to turn around when he makes it round the corner. I like the attempt to wall bang through. But the plan does come in inside the Viper's Pit, and this will be very difficult to fight back into. They've only dropped one. The spray is good on the box. Boaster getting tagged up a little more. Derke on one, Nats is falling, Pit is down, and Jamppi, they can't do it.
Oh my god. But it did.
Oh, up top, hello! What an attempt, and he's shot down! Sayf out of this round, the showstopper. I'm not sure that's how they intended to use it, but that'll work. It's actually quite rare to even get the kill on the guy up there. Like, so often it's gonna go past him and hit the wall behind, but that was pinpoint accurate.
Derke doesn't miss.
No, he doesn't.
Derke
He doesn't. Heat seek and missile, dude.
He's the anti-Rosa. Here we go, though. An advantage for Fnatic once again. soulcas still with his Nightfall online as they do look to move towards this A site. But look at the Fnatic rotation. Already 3 players starting to circle this site. But with pressure being thrown in towards the broken door, it starts to call maybe into question if they've got to rotate a player back. You can see Alpha firmly dedicated in his turret, yet to have any contact. So because of that, Fnatic can't afford to just leave their players within this site.
Not a ton of utility to be thrown out by Liquid either when they make this push through. It won't be too uncomfortable to defend against. Jamppi lobbing over some of those nanos to try and cause problems, push players out of position, but Fnatic had this on lockdown. 2 players on site, 2 watching the other avenue. Seems like for Team Liquid, turning tails the only solution, but there's 15 seconds left. They've got to go. It's now or never. And they're running right into Boaster, ripping them to shreds with that Odin. Good night and sweet dreams to this round for Team Liquid. Fnatic coming out. Now the big boy's in his hands. We'll see what he gets done. He's going ambitious. Out through the door, looking for the peak. He's swinging in with an operator, and they never expected it.
And as quickly as he's in, he's out. Already gone. And again, it's just allowed for some earlier rotations. Chronicle bringing his util, but that pressure is being thrown in. The spike a little bit further behind, and you can see, once again, they're set up ready to try and deny any form of post-plant. soulcas is looking to almost fight for this. And actually, they're going to try and take towards the spawn, I reckon. He's got his Nightfall ready to go.
It might be the right play here. Try and deny some of that space, try and get these players out of position. The Odin spraying away for damage. The trades coming in from Alpha. It's going to be fighting for that orb control again. I imagine we're not going to see them follow. Actually, the A and B players are shifting over. The spike's being picked up. Maybe they are going to blitz C.
As I said, it's definitely looked like their biggest strength so far is their fights towards the C site, or even if that fails, falling back to B. I think their A site takes have been a little rough. Double operator for the defensive side as well. You can see Alpha pushed up, and it means that, again, they can start gambling those rotations back over to the C site already. Leo hightailing it in that direction. They've got so much map control. You can understand why they're going to start taking these risks, expecting players to be towards that connector, but they've got to deal with Boaster. Planting without him dying is a problem, and the spam through, maybe a bigger one. Leo's managed to find a kill straight back, but the aggression this time works out. They're going to take that man advantage, and, well, no one can stop the plant for now.
Oh, that should have been a free kill, but good movement. Close to the doorway at least. Derke survives, but now he's going to thrive. 1v4, Odin in play. Already grabs the first. He's up on site in an instant. He could spam through the very tippity top of the mound maybe, but the advantages aren't massive. He's going to have some of the best shots of his life here. All 3 players lining up now in a firing squad. One behind the mound, one behind the wall, and it's off soulcas' contact. Well, for Fnatic, they're making their way to B, and this might not be the best play. Killjoy set up here. They had players ready to go. They still do. And mainly what I'm thinking about is soulcas. He's got to see he's ready whenever they're going for these pushes. A lot of the time, his utility has been well timed, but he's moved out now towards the A site. Instead, it's going to be back up from Nats, who's already tagged low. So is Derke, but he's just flying in. Doesn't give a damn. Has a nade, could lob it in. No, instead, he's just going himself. This guy's insane. 11 HP, and they're not even going to look his way. Little more awkward than it should have been, but it's okay.
He eventually goes down, but it's an easy trade for Alpha. Putting this round firmly in the hands of Fnatic. They're going to need some heroics on that Liquid side. Whoa, that's a decent start from Redgar. Takes down one. soulcas looking for that fight, but, well, he's found it and given the information over to the other side. 15 seconds left, still no plant. Will eventually come through, though. soulcas maybe expecting that to be more of a bait, and, well, for Redgar, there's just no space to be found.
It's gone for the glass cannon on this. And he'll be the last man standing trying to convert this round. 3 players to take down, and they get him through the smoke. On their attack side, and how they love to push and pull, how they love to fake it out, give presence, show just how many players are here, and then get the kill elsewhere. Redgar onto Chronicle. That opens up C a little bit, but as we said, you still have Alpha over that side of the map.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, now the time becomes a huge issue for the side of Liquid. 25 seconds. Derke is using their own smoke against it. Now they are going to actually use the snakebite and now try and split back. The thing is though, Leo was waiting, watching for them to try and make this move. Derke finally taken down by Timmy, but now Jamppi's all that left. 10 seconds to try and make this work, and you can see Alpha's gone. But he will get the plant. He's managed to grab the spike and escape in the last second. Boaster, does he take a risk here? No, he's gonna have to wait this one out, and with the lockdown, he can buy a little bit of extra time.
Oh my God, this is winnable somehow for Jamppi. After all this and tagged up on Boaster, it's the Alpha trade that you're worried about, and that's why. We'll begin this by looking at a very, 2 kind of strange walls, sectioning off the site, TP through by 2 as they look to take control over Bath on the defensive side. They've lost the site, they've lost the plant, but they've got a foothold here to fight back from. Good blind. But soulcas won't be able to follow up with a kill.
Yeah, this is almost like a reversed round at this stage. It looks like they're about to encroach on the site, and instead, you've got Jamppi trying to watch the cross flash. It actually doesn't catch Derke at all, but he's going to shut him down anyway. The pistol god has met his demise, and now for the remainder, all coming through from the same angle on this retake, they are being decimated. Only one man standing, and soulcas is there to close. Comes from.
They're not going to have a lot of time to make this push. Look at that utility. Both your wall and your orb are up, so it is go time. Half of what you usually get. That's ambitious. God. Up and over, but the walls give them vision. From that angle, most certainly. Sprays coming through, but as they go for the reload, you think you want to get that push in, but timing it a little off. Oh, a seize came through, but Derke still got 2. He's seized up, and it doesn't matter. No one was looking his direction. Jamppi's the last alive with 4 to take down, and oh, there's an 8 on the way. You're tanking a lot of that damage. All of that damage. It's tough to get the control to actually put that pit into play.
That sometimes can be a little bit more difficult is going to be into hookah, but they've managed to take that relatively for free. Obviously, Fnatic are going to be very wary of the potential shenanigans of Nats. As I said, it was brought up by the desk that he's likely going to use that poison orb to try and bypass a lot of control. It's something that we've seen him do now for a very long time, since before the map was removed and put back in again. For now, though, a very slow and tempered attack side by Team Liquid. Now Alpha's going to get a little bit of information here. Actually going to decide to shoot out. I thought he would have maybe waited a little bit longer, but with the amount of time left, it may not be a bad thing. And they've gone splitting through the TP. It's somewhat even, but just bear in mind the time.
Said they have to plant. There were problems on the site, and there still are. Chronicles here. He won't be able to deny, though. Now he's paranoid. There's a player up close. Out with the classic, and it works! Redgar's punished. soulcas alone, and Leo emerges from that smoke victorious.
B main spot as well. Flash deep is going to give them info that there's still a player there. I'm not going to call for any rotations as of yet, but again, Liquid are very happy to sort of play these slow rounds. I love the fact that a lot of Alpha's util is basically just the same as what Sky is doing. It's an early warning system to get them rotations if they need them.
Now they're going to find out they need them. They've also spotted one man, but a rocket comes through. Damage on the soulcas, no kill. That player goes swinging through the teleporter. Here comes some support, though. Derke follows him. Steaming through, and okay, Jamppi's going to get caught. Now they know he's close. Doesn't matter. Able to win the fight. Flash into hookah. Where are they going with this one, though? The Seekers pop out. 3 players here. They've got the info. Oh, but they've got the site. He's gone in. Absolute lunatic of Redgar. I thought we were going to see a TP there. So they have a ton to work with and don't need to feel pressured if they do lose control over a site. Playing post-blind is fine.
Oh, he actually misses again. That's not something that's going to happen too often. And Redgar finding that opener is huge. Now they're going to use the showstopper in towards this B site, just hoping to find anything here. It's a completely blind Chronicle, left confused in the site, and Sayf has just taken over. You said they needed an entry man. Well, he's done far more than that.
Yeah, something to get you in the site, and the showstopper doesn't even play any effect there. It's just Sayf firing off, and those players quickly trying to get back in towards the site, but I don't think they actually knew where Sayf was. That player was blind, and he got killed. Maybe it was from hookah. Maybe you never know. It wasn't, though, because they found out the hard way. Alpha, 1 versus 3. Maybe the word save floats around normally, but not in this man's head, and that's why. Had a good chance.
I think he has managed to bypass all of the utility. Now, this is something that Alpha should be aware of, and especially with the flash going through the smoke, you almost have to feel that they'll have this idea again, though. As I said, I didn't think it would work out again, trying to face off against Derke, and now they are going to go pushing off of Nats's position. It seems like Boaster might expect him to be here. Timing is going to be absolutely everything. Nats wins that initial duel, but now he's been spotted! The fade utility from soulcas, perfect!
They know that this man's up close, but they can't deal with Chronicle. Snakebite firing through as well, making it difficult. That plant under threat from a spam even. They're able to make it out. Team Liquid, though, have lost numbers. The advantage now sitting instead towards Fnatic. 2 players spotted there. They know there's 1 bat. That's all the info to play with. For Fnatic, they need to group up and push this one together. Derke already going to be tapping and forcing these players out. Blast Pack not going to push them off the defuse, and that's it! It's under their nose! They haven't even pushed them off. I think they might have thought.
Nats to maybe find a gap. This time, though, it seems like the full team are starting to set up onto the other side. Redgar might just be trying to sell some sort of elusive fake. And again, the main goal here, get into that after plant, use that Viper's Pit, and have that control.
A lot of teams started to spam those walls. You see Nats is on the server, but Team Liquid have been able to get this control for free now. Crossing over, getting lamps, no ulti to counter them, and finally we see that pick come through. Again, it's not going to be played on the spike. Instead, it's played to catch these players coming back through. That leaves the spike players open. They've already lost 1. Tiger going through as well, trying to locate this Viper, who's playing far outside of her pit for now. Good kill on Derke. Flank control completely locked down.
Not ready yet.
And I mean, fighting through this. Oh, they've let it fall. They've played outside of it.
But that's the thing. They really don't need it. Their post plan actually doesn't have any sort of plan based around this little piece. A big kill for Leo, but I think, again, the time is just too far gone. They've been able to delay off the back of the Viper's Pit. They've been able to get that after plant in a solid position, and Fnatic have just realized there ain't no way we're going to have the time to clear out all the remaining players back towards mid when we spent our utility clearing a pit that didn't actually play that much of a part in the round.
We come into round 11, and I think, showstopper on Derke, but showstopper on Sayf. This could be a hell of a round.
It's worth noting as well that we saw this map versus Na'Vi and Liquid manage 9 rounds on their defensive side. So in a pretty good spot right now. A lot of teams do struggle with this attack. I will say Fnatic in the past, not really been one of them. They were always the masters of the post plant, but it definitely seems with their agent choices, there's a lot of investment into this defensive side. The Cypher being one of the main focuses there, but for now at least, Liquid have things even. Even still though, we know that even in the late, especially in the late game, that's where Fnatic come alive. For now again, patient play from Liquid. This time they are going to get late control towards the bathrooms, an orb ready if they need it, but they might just want to sneak past as it would give the game away.
Showstoppers traded, both active. One man's on the floor, Derke dodges, but Sayf's got the weapon out first. Nade on its way, pressure under Chronicle, he's gone. And Boaster, they know he's here. They've heard him, they've seen him, and they're ready to take him down, but Boaster, he gets one before he falls. It puts his teammates in a winnable position. 10 seconds left, and the spike has to be planted. Leo toying with them. He stepped up close, stopped the plant with just his footsteps. Now he needs to do it with his weapon, but Jamppi's got the shorty again! Shifting back and forwards, I wasn't sure if they were taking the fight. Maybe they weren't sure either. That's a lot of information. I believe that they spotted Leo backside.
I think somebody shot at it as well, so I think that might have been the information they needed. Quick push through Derke. He's not wanting to give up this control. It's movement like hell from Sayf to get around the corner, but Derke quicker this time on the trigger. Leo waiting in the corner. They've spotted the ball back, but they haven't been able to clear him. Even hits the dink on the final bullet, doing a little bit of extra damage, but not much at all.
There it is. Plant denied for a moment. It lets these players get into position, and key is Derke. This man is sneaking up behind them, and they have no iota of what's about to happen. That plant tapped again to see if more utility will make its way in. Nothing. It's another tap, and now there won't be a chance to plant it. Derke has shut them down. 10 seconds left. Redgar with a double, but Derke's still here, and he's got an nade. It's making its way to backside. That might land right beside Nats. He'll give his life to get the plant, but he'll get it done, buying them that extra couple of seconds. But Boaster has to win this fight, and he will!
Because the pistols that have been won by Fnatic, he got a 3K, a 4K, the one he died, they didn't win. So
Or
kill Derke, win round.
Let them win the pistol, and then win the follow-up. That's the way
also
to go.
true. That works as well.
The Team Liquid strategy. Well, Fnatic have certainly got a lot of space. Plant coming down, and that's a feature of this map from what we've seen so far. The plant coming in before a fight, and it's the duel for the attacker's side that works out in Sayf's favor. Might put some pressure on these long players. But it's the util, right, that they normally have, but this time it's only a molly. They've used their snake bites.
Yeah, the thing is they've left Derke behind. Now you kind of expect there to be this post plant. He hasn't been caught by the C's either, so he's just sat waiting. They have all run past him. This is not a man you can afford to let go unchecked. And he's watching, seeing that there's nobody on this spike at the moment. Chronicle is just killing everyone off. Derke is still just sat within him, but he actually takes so much damage from that Molotov. Even still, though, it's left onto Redgar. In towards B long. Again. A tentative, patient start. At the hunt for information from Liquid, they're going to send through that Prowler. Obviously, they don't have the Cypher on the other side. That was something that was quite impactful for Fnatic. It's just how much information they're able to keep. Not just get initially, but keep with all of the Cypher util that they have. It was something that Liquid had to actively look to destroy. It's something that Liquid don't have as an option themselves. They need to either take space or consistently use all the utility of their initiators.
There's only 40 seconds left to make a decision, and Fnatic are still spread in a default. Nobody able to trade on those sort of fights late on in the round. Smoke down, rifle back out, but he's a little late getting through the wall. Derke was waiting. soulcas now stuck behind the boxes. He has support coming through in the form of Sayf, but he's caught nade in hand. soulcas has to go huge for them to have a chance. The spike is on its way. It's being planted as we speak. 20 seconds on the clock, and it won't be denied. Now they've got to fight their way back into it. He's wise to wait for his teammates here. I think it was the better call. You kill the planter, they're going to trade even just plant right after. Derke. Secondary weapons being pulled out, and that's why. Up close and personal. Nade through to cover. Chronicle there to support. That's what you love to see.
Low. They're so low. Like, there's a world where both of those players die and Liquid have a way back into this round. But
you know what that world is? It's if they both take those fights alone. But they don't. They fight together instead.
Yeah. And now you look at soulcas, the man who started this round off, looking to try and maybe pad the stats a little bit. Had a quieter attack side half, just a single kill for him, but we know that a lot of the time he is sort of the backbone of Liquid, that supportive utility being thrown through. Like, the amount of times his haunt had impact was pretty much off the charts to some degree.
Well, 4 rounds between them. Team Liquid need to step it up here and now. It's the operator coming in on Redgar, and the operator on Alfajer for the attack side as well. They attempt to scope out this situation, and it's going to be the B site that they lean towards. Long control for Alfajer as he looks to punish, and it's a good time as well. I don't think they've got any info that there's players on long. You know, they've obviously been throwing out their Sky utility. There's some free information. The Tigers make its way in.
Yeah, they know there's at least a couple of players going in the direction of this site. Sayf's position up close, not been checked, not been spotted. A chance for him to go huge. Yup, he just killed everyone. Never mind. And now he's completely blind.
No.
He's been robbed of kills and robbed of a teammate. And more now. The rotation coming through. Fnatic have done well to weather the storm that's coming, and it's not going any better. It's left all onto soulcas again.
I'll find you.
3 kills to his name. He needs to double it. And he's not even going to expect this player in the corner. Leo. And he is in the perfect spot to cause them issues. Is this going to be checked by Derke? No, it's not, but he's playing it patient, hoping maybe to get a little bit more than just 1 kill, and it'll be 2. Damage onto Derke as well. Not a bad start at all.
Excellent trigger discipline displayed by Sayf. The damage onto Derke is huge. Leo's dead, so there's no healing that back up. Bulldog not able to win the fight, though. That's a little awkward for Redgar. Caught off guard by the timing of the swing. Despite a fantastic opening to this round, they're coming back to pretty close to neck and neck. Team Liquid cannot afford to lose this one. They put the credits on the line. Good kill onto Derke. Finally, but it's traded. Remember, he was only a sliver of HP. This is a huge trade back for Fnatic.
30 seconds
and the
left.
information let them know where the last two players were. It's probably one of the most impactful maps for neural thefts. You almost have to leave players behind now. Vulnerable for a second, but no real move off of this. Soulcas just looking to try and hit something on the cross. He's going to spot both players. It's a lot of information. It means that quickly Nats can reclaim ground that they otherwise would have had to clear. Snakebite out deep, leaves both players trapped towards this right side, and they look to fight this together, look to push through as this firing squad awaits them on the other side, and it's only going to be the one.
This is a big... Oh, okay, here we go. Nats already. He's going to try it, but Derke's on him!
See ya!
Double barrel gets the kill, and Derke, okay. He's not able to follow up with more, but he's left soulcas on 5 HP. Sayf is blocked out by a molly for a second and slows his progress, and when he emerges, he'll get the kill. Okay, they're back in this round on Team Liquid. Back in with a chance. Great nade as well. Chronicle, he's not actually going to receive any damage. Must have went through the door. It did. It got caught in the doorway. They might even think that he's not here now because of that.
Oh, well, they definitely know now. First and second kill come through for Chronicle. So many clutch players on this Fanatic side.
5 HP.
And just for a moment, you thought that Liquid would get around on their defensive side, but it is not today. Fanatic on the attack side of Bind are unstoppable.